So, I originally had a Terraria video planned. It was gonna be this whole spiel about me trying to beat the Moonlord for the first time. Took me about 3 pillar reruns and Moonlord fights, but I did it. I finally beat Terraria, and I caught it all 2 hours of my trials and tribulations. I cut off the PC to go take a shower, I come back ready to edit, and then poof, it's just gone. It didn't malfunction because my old Apex captures are still there. This was a targeted attack. By whom? We'll never know. Looking back at all my time on this platform, it has come to my attention that bridging the video gap between huge projects is not my strongest suit, and the suspicious deletion only further proves that thought. So this will be the last time. It's all big projects from here on out, and I already have 2 on the way, with 1 almost out of the script phase. But to facilitate this unceremonious send-off, I have a little something that I've been dying to get into the second I saw the title. IGN writes, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom director explains why Sheikah Tech is strangely absent in the sequel.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
If you've seen my review on the sequel, I had a lot to say about Tears' story, but the missing guardians, towers, shrines, and divine beasts puzzled me so much it had its own dedicated segment. Not even the most diehard fans themselves could make sense of why such important landmarks and instruments of war just poofed. Like my Terraria footage. So who else to fill the holes in the story other than the creator of the story himself, Hidemaro Fujibayashi. This is exciting to me because we get to pick at the brain behind this story. Maybe a lot of the holes can finally be explained, and it'll cause for me to reevaluate my thoughts on it. Well, some of it. Tears of the Kingdom director Hidemaro Fujibayashi has revealed Nintendo's reasoning behind the disappearance of Sheikah technology in the latest entry in the Zelda franchise, and hinted at why NPCs haven't bothered to investigate the vanishing. While the setting in Tears of the Kingdom is the same as that of Breath of the Wild, the Hyrule experience by players exploring Tears is radically altered. Amid the confusion, the Sheikah technology and shrines that once dotted the landscape have disappeared, as have the guardians and the 4 divine beasts that watch over it, leaving many fans to wonder why. Okay, here we go you guys, the big reveal. It's time to finally get the answers we were looking for. And here it is! They disappeared after the calamity was defeated. But we ended Breath of the Wild making our way to Vah Rudah? All of the people of Hyrule also witnessed this, but there is no one who knows the mechanism or reason why they disappeared, and it is considered a mystery. How convenient. It is believed that since the calamity disappeared, they also disappeared as their role had been fulfilled. So why are Zelda and Link still able to travel to Vah Rudah? Why can Zelda still use the Sheikah Slate? Why are the Sheikah Towers and other divine beasts still there? Why is there a dead guardian in Tears? You couldn't have shown a couple 5-second clips of these things disappearing when Zelda sealed Ganon, and then rewrote Zelda's final lines in the secret ending? Also, this brings up a contradiction related to the materials of the tech themselves. If you have Tears of the Kingdom, load up the game right now and go inside a Skyview tower. Don't launch yourself, just look up through the pipe. What do you see? Materials resembling Sheikah tech, right? That's how they teleport. It's the same old shrine platforms and terminal right here. So what that tells us is that they found out how to utilize the tech. If the tech disappeared, how did they use it to create the Skyview towers? Also, what's with the focus shift to the reaction of the NPCs? All we got for the tech was, they disappeared. And then he goes on to talk about the NPCs for the rest of the article. Game director explains why Sheikah tech is strangely absent in the sequel. Okay, I thought so. It says, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom director explains why Sheikah tech is strangely absent in the sequel. Not, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom director explains why the NPCs don't care about the disappearing Sheikah tech. Yes, while the NPCs not caring was definitely an issue, even though them not remembering Link is a much bigger issue, the oily rag that started the fire was the Sheikah tech disappearing in the first place, and he has yet to fully explain it. We don't get any updates, exposition, not even a single line from the NPCs themselves. We have nothing else to believe other than the assumption that the tech was retconned, and your statements here didn't make that belief any less true. But Dara, even if the tech didn't disappear, what would that change? The community pretty much established that the Skyview towers were a product of the repurposed tech. That's the thing though. With how much tech is out there, I find it to be a bit preposterous that the Skyview towers took every last bit of shrine, tower, and divine beast in all of Hyrule to create. The fact that Purah and Robbie could repurpose the tech at all creates endless possibilities. It might even open the door for reverse engineering the technology for mass production. Forget just the Skyview towers. Who's to say they wouldn't use it to create stronger, more secure housing and structures? Better defenses, better tools for construction or excavation, better means of transportation or normalizing travel by portal. If all of this tech was in Purah and Robbie's hands, it would have changed the scope of not only just the story, but the world of Hyrule itself dramatically. They wouldn't be rebuilding Hyrule, they'd be revamping it. It honestly could have been a setup for an all-new modernized world for us to explore, but we didn't get that. Instead, the tech magically disappeared, and even with some of it being used for the likes of the towers and the Purah pad, nobody ever questioned where it came from despite the people of Hyrule supposedly witnessing the disappearance. Fujibayashi went on to note that the people of Hyrule are accustomed to seeing dramatic changes overtake the world around them, so it makes sense that they would accept the disappearance of the tech as just another happening in a world gone mad. All I got from that was, don't question the plot holes, just accept them and enjoy the story. You're seriously meaning to tell me that not a researcher nor scientist documented these events? Purah didn't want to log this in for her records? Maybe stuff it in a page in a book for us to stumble upon? A lost note? Anything? Please? The desensitized nature of Hyrule's citizens also explains why NPCs rarely, if ever, talk about the conspicuous absence of the shrines and other oddities. After all, compared to witnessing the rise of a demon king and seeing a castle born into the sky atop pure malice, the fact that some tech has gone missing barely seems worthy of discussion. Did you not hear what you just said? If nothing else, something as big as the demon king making a return would most definitely make the missing tech the talk of the town, as said tech is what led to Calamity Ganon's downfall in Breath of the Wild. There's no way that not a single Hylian would have referenced them as in if only we had a defense option against Ganondorf. Maybe then that could serve for a bit of backstory on the mechanism that caused the tech to go away. And even if that were the case, you're still contradicting yourself with the materials used for the Skyview towers. So no matter how many NPC holes you plug, it still won't change the big gaping missing material hole that's sinking your ship. Thus, people have simply assumed the reason behind the disappearance to likely be related to ancient Sheikah technology, and it seems there is no one who has tried to explore the matter further. Okay, first of all, enough with the it seems and the it is believed. It's obvious you're trying to fix the problem, but also excuse yourself from the blowback after making it worse. The halfway commitment demeanor doesn't help much with the believability of your story, because why should we accept your word as gospel when not even you are? Second of all, if the general public assumed that the reason was related to ancient Sheikah technology, why didn't Purah investigate it? She helped with the Guardians and even made portal travel controllable. Why wouldn't she feel obligated to get to the bottom of the disappearance of her life's work? Or, like I said, at least document it in her notes and then let us know about it when we first enter Lookout Landing. That's yet another piece of information contradicting the story that came before it. At this rate, there's going to be nothing left to defend. But lucky for him, that's his last quote. IGN then goes on to say that the different breed of shrines, forts, sky islands, and cavernous expanses of the deep fill the content gap the missing tech could have left. Sure. And finishes the article with a send-off by Aonuma himself from a previous interview. In the first place, the reason I decided to make this a sequel to the previous work was because I thought there was value in experiencing a new game in that Hyrule place. Yeah, I get that, but it's not really a sequel though. Or a new game. If that's the case, if a new reason arises, we might return to the same world again.
You've got to be kidding me.
Whether it's a sequel or a new work, I think it's going to be a completely new game, so I hope you're looking forward to it. Yeah. Good luck with that. So that sure was an explanation. I get the disappearing tech is small potatoes compared to the much more egregious missteps in Tears' story, but by that same token, you'd think they would have come up with a better explanation. All it did was make me walk away from the article with so many more questions than answers, and I'm not going to bother asking them because the developers already moved on from Tears of the Kingdom as a whole, further letting me know that even they knew the story was a disaster from the get-go. And considering their track record in the past, that's kinda depressing. So, that's that. What do you guys think? Did this quench your thirst for knowledge? What did you think of the explanation? Was there anything important that I missed or overlooked? I'm dying to know because Tears of the Kingdom might actually have a strong story, Fujibayashi is genuinely a genius, and I'm just looking at this the wrong way. I'm open to any revelations because I'm not seeing the vision here. As I've said before, I got 2 big projects on the way, and I'm working on the shorter one first. It's going to be another dissection of one of my favorite characters, so keep an eye out for it. I'll try to stream whenever I can to help the content flow. Halloween is around the corner, so I got a couple horror games I think we're going to have some fun with at my expense. But in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed our little news section. Up next, Sports at 11. Thank you for your patience, thank you all for watching, and have a spectacular rest of your day.